smart locks, smart wall, and smart home. Happy New Year and welcome to the Cinegration Station with your conductors Ryan and AJ. Today marks a new day and a new year. Ryan and AJ sat down and discussed a few things that are new and exciting coming in 2024. So I hope you enjoy the episode. Tune in now, here on the Cinegration Station.
Welcome to the Cinegration Station. This is your conductor, Ryan.
And this is AJ.
And we are here to talk tech, and it is the new year 2024.
The 2024 agenda.
Agenda for Cinegration. What hopes and dreams do we have for this year?
Oh, this year, a lot of it's going to be outreach and training and learning.
And this is like probably one of the biggest things we've recognized in the past 2 years is the outreach and the education of architects, builders, interior designers, not even the end user clients, but the people that are influential in making the design decisions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the customers are paying all these people to design this beautiful experience for them. Mm-hmm. And so what we've learned in the past couple of years is those people who are designing it, they're the people who are in most need of being educated.
And it's surprising how receptive people are because they realize it's just to make the project better and to make it work more reliably. Because we see what happens when a project does not go as planned, whether it might be a project of our own, which happens less often, but it might be a project that we took over because of an issue that may have happened. So by that exposure, we can just make sure that the whole industry is elevated to making sure we're creating high performance systems for these jobs.
Yeah, is there a specific category you're going to really focus on this year?
It's like I feel like a bit of a parrot, but like lighting is like I feel like it's the crux of the design, because if there's no lights, you can't see the architectural detail. You can't see what's worthwhile in the layout of a home, a building, what have you. So by focusing on the lighting, all the other things follow. And I know you know that, and I know we go through that exercise often, but lighting I really feel like is that gateway to really understanding what a project means to either the homeowner or the people designing the house.
That makes sense. Yeah, mine is going to be the package at the end. It's going to be the deployment of the final product and how to really get the customer training and ongoing training, more importantly, going forward. A big project of mine this year is actually going to be tech training. We ended up, you guys, we'll show videos, of course, as we get done with it, but we actually are creating a smart wall, a technician wall.
It's like Cinegration University here. We've got our whole smart tech board.
What was that they called it? Oh, the Learning Lab.
The Learning Lab.
The Learning Lab. That was what they were going to call it. And it'll be cool. We basically took, a collection of all of our bids that we've done, and we picked out all the pieces that were that we install in a single job, and we basically built a big old training wall.
And we'll probably put a video or picture up on that too. It might be floating by my head. I don't know.
There's
if you're watching the video at least. But that is, and it almost like falls in line, having this formal education approach to a system that is, honestly, there's not really a great education resource that we use as integrators, but to show that process to our outreach opportunities like the builders and architects to really tie this into the design, to making sure that it's installed and executed really, really well, because it's that 5% at the end of the project that is the hardest part of the project.
It's always been, it always will be, and we're trying our best to mitigate it as much as possible. The big thing I noticed was we were installing our systems, and we were definitely making them work, and we were hooking them up, but it just didn't seem like it had the wow factor like it should have, and a lot of it came down to lack of training, and a lot of it is sales, and then there's also the install side of it. Like you buy this big smart home, and if you don't program in the smart home to alert you when something happens, it won't alert you. It's very intelligent, it's very powerful, but it's ultimately very customizable. And that therein was what I noticed was the problem that that we were running into was we we weren't fully customizing it to the level that it could be.
It's called the wow factor. You can't ignore the wow factor. And you're right. I mean, it's one thing to make something work. It's another to make it perfect, by design at least, making sure that you're utilizing all the value of a system like that.
And it's been fun. It was really fun actually to make the prototype in my garage of the learning wall and see kind of all the stuff. And actually I ran into a whole bunch of HDMI EDID problems. So the same problems we run into in the field, I actually ran into them here. So it was sure. Kind of fun to relive those experiences and see it. So it was good. The smart wall will not have Josh yet. It's going to be Control4, Samsung, Sony.
Security systems.
There will be a security
cameras,
system in it.
Lighting,
cameras, doorbells,
strobes,
Sonos,
sirens.
Strobes. It's
a
going
lot.
to have a fire strobe.
It's like a whole house on a 4-foot by 4-foot plywood board.
And we're I don't know if you heard, but we're actually expanding it now to that whole wall.
Perfect. So maybe different size homes, scaled appropriately. That way we have trials for people to go through. And this is exciting to talk about. I mean, this is the plan for the next this upcoming year. And I'm thrilled. It's going to be setting the stage for us to just excel in at least our market here.
Yeah, we really want to make sure that we're always couple years ahead of the competition. So we feel that is best handled by training and knowledge, and the more knowledge the better.
And just keeping all of the technicians, the lead techs, the project managers that we have up to date on the technology is most important, because you see it all the time. People in the industry, you get comfortable and then 3 years goes by and it's a brand new standard, a brand new technology, and what you have come to learn and use all the time is now older technology.
That'd actually bring up a good point. I just redid our Unify Network template based on the new 2024 rules, because in the past year, Unify has come out with all these new settings and all these new features. And so back in December, I went through and updated them and implemented those, and we'll be rolling those out this year.
And Wi-Fi 6 is like the new standard now. I'm sure if you built a nice, beautiful home 7-8 years ago, it worked really well 7-8 years ago, but the performance is not the same today because of what different phones allow, wireless devices, and what's available. So refresh your networks. Give us a call.
Yes. So yeah, that cameras.
Yeah.
We're going to probably be seeing a lot more access control. A lot of some biometric stuff is coming this year.
I think people more and more are going to get more into access control for their house. I like smart locks, but there are people that want to do more, and I almost feel like that's like a fob solution in a way for their house, or if they have a lot of entry exit points like gates. Or a gate into another like side garage or something like that.
Yeah, you'll see low power Bluetooth options coming out this year. Or at least we'll be deploying them.
Like what?
Year. One of them specifically will be Unify. So and August locks also have it.
Okay.
So you can basically use your cell phone to unlock the door, and
just tap your phone or within a close proximity, and it'll go ahead and open
close
for you.
Proximity. Yeah. So it's cool. It's a very interesting idea.
I think that might go into another conversation. So you've got this Bluetooth on your phone, and you're able to unlock all the doors. What about the security behind this, AJ? What should people be thinking about? Passwords, credentials, app authorizations, things like that.
Yeah, we before we started, we actually talked about what are some of the big things we're going to do next year or this year, and so one of them will be better credential and user management and deployment with the customers.
That's great.
We find a lot of our customers just are, you said it earlier just a few minutes ago, it's just antiquated. And so I still meet customers who have all their passwords written down on sticky notes, and
gotta keep those in the safe.
Exactly. So we're trying to help educate people on not just the technology that we're installing in the home, but just general network and security technology. I would hope that nowadays everyone knows what 2FA is, two-form authentication. I'm sure everyone has seen it, everyone's used it, and really understanding why that was implemented and why that's important and why user accounts and user management is so important. It is a form of how do I put this? It is a form of micromanagement, and at the same time, it's necessary.
But we're like the Sherlock Holmes of researching this information because of the systems we have in place. We can really look through at a project from a remote location instead of sending that truck roll out to somebody's house.
Yeah, we actually had a job a couple weeks ago where they called their video switch, they couldn't get any picture in their theater, and I think you know which house I'm talking about. They couldn't get any picture in the theater, and so we were going to send a tech out there. But before we sent a tech out, I went and logged in, and I was able to diagnose it all the way down to a defective power supply on the video switch. Because I could see that even though it was plugged into a watt box and it was consuming power, that particular video switch has 2 power supplies, which is really weird.
Sherlock Holmes it. That's how you did it.
And so we come into that job site while there is a problem and it was physically broken. We look like the hero.
Yeah, it's like almost like your doctor being able to point out what might be the source of the problem or to directly tell you the source of the problem. So, not that we give medical opinions, but we give technology opinions, kind of like your doctor.
Yeah, I like that analogy because it's, if your doctor, if you could imagine, if you went to the doctor because you had chest pains and your doctor could see all of your medical history, and I'm talking all of it. They see how many energy drinks you drink a day.
Let me see that Apple Watch. Let's see the activity, what you got going on.
Let's see how many steps are you per day.
Yeah.
Really starting to look there. I think some of the diagnoses will get a lot closer to, remedy and to a solution. And that's kind of what we're trying to do, but on a technology side of things. We don't have nearly as many moving parts as the human body, so I think it's possible.
We're also not as important as doctors, but that's besides the point. But this is really great to keep this inclusive, this plan of the outreach, the internal improvements for our technology teams and our processes, and then making sure that we're doing this right when it comes to accounts and credentials. And outside of that, we just designed an awesome automation system for our projects. We're just getting better and better.
Yeah, so look forward rest of this year from a lot of exciting stuff from us. We'll definitely have a couple more interviewees. I think this year we'll definitely I like those. Those were fun.
We have a few people lined up that I'm excited to see, and I'm excited for people to listen and see. Well, anything else, AJ?
Yeah, I think for now I think we're good. I think I'm just trying to take it all in.
I'm excited. We're going to get this year all started up. Thank you for listening and watching the Cinegration Station. This is your conductor, Ryan.
And I'm AJ.
And we will talk tech later.
All right. See you guys.
What a way to kick off 2024. You've been listening to the Cinegration Station with your conductors, Ryan and AJ. You can find the podcast on every major podcast platform: Spotify, Anchor, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, as well as YouTube. So go like and subscribe. Please leave a comment or a question. Anyone interested in making their business or home smart, check out www.cinegration.com. Until next time, stay smart.